Every time an aircraft completes a successful flight, it's because a group of individuals came together as a team to make it happen. This amazing coordination of dispatchers, luggage handlers, maintenance personnel, ATC, cabin and flight crew doesn't just happen on its own. Rather, successful collaboration is directed, guided, and ensured by leaders whose commitment and professionalism helped everyone collaborate effectively towards a common goal. Welcome to the CAE Personal Development and Leadership Program. This program is your introduction to key concepts that will get you started on your path towards becoming an aviation leader. The program is built around 3 key themes that focus on you as an individual, you as an effective team member, and then the program looks towards your potential future as an aviation leader. We'll go into more detail in a moment, but first, let's look at the different roles that you'll play and the responsibilities that come with each of these roles. Your job at an airline will have 4 different areas of responsibility. You're hired as a pilot who's charged with ensuring safe flight. As a team member, and eventually a leader, you work to ensure team performance. That is, the right people are doing the right things at the right time. As a customer representative, you want to ensure that customers have a positive experience. And as an employee, you want to ensure that your company can remain profitable. Ensuring safe flight, team performance, positive customer experience, and company profitability requires people with leadership skills, people who can demonstrate the highest levels of competency and commitment to professionalism. Right now, you're focused on learning your aircraft. And so thinking about eventually leading a team with all of these areas of responsibility may seem overwhelming. However, I want to set your mind at ease by emphasizing that this program is for your personal growth. There's no evaluation, no exam, and no check ride. At this point in your career, what's important is that you start to develop a sense of what leadership can be and how you can develop your own skills as you gain experience. So let me walk you through the program and give you a very high-level view of what we'll be talking about and how you can make the most of the experience. The first theme is Before You Lead, and this theme is focused on you as a person and as a professional. You might say that before you lead others, you need to lead yourself. The first lesson, Know Yourself, delves into how we form beliefs about ourselves and the world. Exercise Your Human Agency is about building beliefs that are useful and taking steps to maximize personal potential. Think Clearly explores barriers to good thinking and decision-making and how to avoid them, both personally and as a group. And finally, Act Like a Professional proposes a method to ensure that your commitment to professionalism remains strong. Together, these lessons introduce concepts that you can use to set yourself up for personal growth and success. The second theme is Work as a Team. And the first lesson, Work Together, explores how teams form, the factors that support their success, and what leaders can do to make that happen. Connect and Communicate highlights the importance of interpersonal communication skills that enable successful cooperation and collaboration. The last theme is Lead. The first lesson explores leadership styles, so you can start to get ideas about the kind of leader that you want to be. And finally, we look at your evolution as a leader. This is only the first step of many, so it's a good time to think about how you want to move forward and evolve into a leader. Now, we all acknowledge that while a simulator isn't a perfect version of reality, it's a great, safe place to learn through experience. And while I mentioned that there's no check ride or exam, we do want you to do more than just watch and listen. So during the program, there are 3 kinds of things that we'll ask you to do. First is reflection. Now, I know that you're thinking all the time, but when you see this icon, it's a cue to reflect on a specific thing for a moment, or perhaps after class. When a discussion icon pops up, you can pause the video and talk. This is mostly about sharing experiences or ideas. For this program to be personally relevant to you, you need to connect it to things that you know and are interested in. So I invite you to not be shy. There are no wrong answers, only discussion and ideas. Finally, there are activities. These may be focused, structured discussions or even a small challenge that I'll give you. Now, these are all things that mostly happen in class, but I'm going to encourage you to also consider keeping a journal. Journaling your reflections and your thoughts about your learning is a great way to deeply process new concepts and make them your own. It's important to note that while this may be the first time that you're formally studying leadership, you've grown up with leaders, your parents, your teachers, coaches, and bosses. You've been surrounded by people directing and guiding you. The best leaders inspired you and led you to realize or do things that you might not have been able to do on your own. Okay, let's try out this discussion idea. In a second, you can pause the video and maybe 2 or 3 people could volunteer to say a few words. Specifically, I'll ask you to talk about a leader who had a great influence on you. It could be anyone, your 4th grade teacher, your soccer coach, your piano teacher, a parent, or a boss. And how did they influence you? Was it something that they made you realize or believe about yourself? Was it the way that they taught you? Okay, so hit the pause button now and maybe take 3 to 5 minutes to discuss these topics. When you ask people about leaders that they learned from and respected, you get all kinds of responses. Let's take a look at a few. These quotes speak to leadership competencies like team building, interpersonal skills, delegation, role modeling, and many others. We'll talk about many of these things. As you go through the program, keep your favorite leaders in mind. They're your role models. They are examples of leadership that was effective. It transformed you somehow. It made you want to follow them. And now, I wish you well as you move through this program and take your first steps towards becoming a leader.